where we are and how we have moved. Our vision or our goal as a country is to move from a peasant kind of situation, to move the population from peasantry to a modernized and transformed society. And I am sure all of us appreciate that in the last number of years, we are on a forward movement in terms of this socio-economic transformation. We can use indicators which are academic and measurable using studies, but also using naked eye examination. We can all appreciate that there is a lot of progress being realized in many spheres of life. And for us who are in the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, we continue to urge that ICT must be central to all disciplines, to all spheres of development if we are going to achieve accelerated transformation. There is no way we continue to argue that you'll be able to improve agriculture, improve trade, improve healthcare, improve education services, name it, without having technology as an integral part of that area of development. Because if you speak of agriculture, we do not have to keep guessing whether it's going to be a rainy season or a dry season. Now there are technologies which can enable you know the weather patterns. We can no longer afford, like Irene was saying, see that the way we provide health care has to remain the traditional way. I was actually sitting in class, but now you can be an ED of Ucc or a minister in government, and you do your degree in Europe, in America, in Asia, without physically going there. And you'll be as good as somebody who has sat in class. So we also need a mindset change for all of us in leadership and our ordinary people to know that technology is now there, now here. We cannot reverse the clock, and we have to adjust and adapt to the new technologies and be able to move. We now speak of the fourth industrial revolution. How have we fared as Africa, as Uganda, in terms of the previous revolutions? I have always argued that as Africa, as Uganda, we have not only to move fast, but to run in order to catch up with the rest of the world in terms of embracing these technologies and harnessing the technology dividend that we have now. When you look at when I sit in my office as a minister responsible for digital transformation, is that there are all these cutting-edge technologies which are coming on board. And my question is, as we transform this country, how fast can we embrace these technologies for them to become relevant to ordinary Ugandans? When you go to Chigezi, you find our women tilling land with a hand hoe. So when we talk of 5G, when we talk of artificial intelligence, when we talk of robotics, how can we make that relevant to this woman in Kisoro, or somebody herding cattle in Karamoja, or somebody tending to a tobacco farm in West Nile? So we have that cardinal responsibility of making these technologies relevant and applicable to the lives of our people here in Uganda. The other day, we went as a team from government.
As a country, this government already recognized the importance of technology, especially ICTs. You know, even within the national vision, Vision 2040, it says one of the strategies for realization of that vision is to create high-speed connectivity across the country, leveraging the changing technologies. So much as at 2G, we are actually at 98% of the country covered. Yes, amazingly, but 2G. Now when you see the speeds that we have just had, you appreciate that gone are the days when we're just talking about voice. Today, if you do not have broadband as a country, you're left behind. We had the times of struggling to catch up, and we're saying we're no longer doing catch-up games. We are going to keep leapfrogging and keeping at the front of the game. So when we talk about the fourth industrial revolution, and people are like, that is still ahead. We're already in the fourth industrial revolution. We're seeing 5G, which comes in to provide that connectivity for the fourth industrial revolution. The fourth industrial revolution is just about getting all these physical gadgets, even a table, and putting intelligence in it. But when you do that, there's so much data that is coming up. And we should not just get excited over those speeds and say, I'm going to now be able to download my Netflix videos much faster. That should not be just what we're looking at. But when we have all this data that is being generated, how do we use it as a country? How do we use it to create innovation, solutions that address our challenges? Planning. We've seen this morning, one of the leading trending stories is how AI, artificial intelligence, helps screen breast cancer and all these other cancers. So we need to make sure that we are harnessing as a country these technologies to help us achieve that vision, where we're saying, and when Sylvia talks about leaving no one behind, it's not just about us who are in the room, who are able to buy devices. How do we make sure that these technologies aid the person, the last person in the grassroots, so that they too are feeling they are participating in the development of this country? I always used to joke that imagine lying on the table and you're trusting a machine and they're telling you that the doctor is not in Uganda, but they are operating on you. Before you even talk about the electricity, you're just thinking engineers into the country. They've already done their first round of tests. We are pushing them. And they have committed that they will be able to do this in the next 2 weeks. I hope they deliver it faster. Techno and Huawei had already come much earlier, so depending on the type of device you have, it then has an impact on whether you're able to consume the 5G today or not. For the person who asked the total number of devices, they're not many. So we probably have maybe around 200-300K 5G devices in the country, right? But the opportunity is twofold. First of all, if we're able to broadcast a wireless signal over a broader area, many more people can actually enjoy it without necessarily having to have the 5G device. And I think based on the interactions that we've had with Irene and her leadership team, that is one of the ways that we are having a view around how do we create a lot more access. If you think about educational institutions, Monza spoke about health, going to Mulago Hospital. Those are all use cases that we can actually be able to use. And that Wi-Fi, so for example, for those of you who are here, as you head out from here, just pass through Lugogo Mall where we've done a 5G setup, as I said earlier. You can actually experience 5G without necessarily having a 5G device. So that is one of the ways that we can be able to democratize